My girlfriend said, "There's a surprising twist in our relationship you should know about." Then went silent. I replied, "I'm listening." Then I found her diary entry about her backup boyfriend she'd been seeing for months. When I texted her, "Found your twist," with a photo of the page, I, 27 male, got the text while sitting at my desk pretending to work. My girlfriend, 26, of 2 years sent, "There's a surprising twist in our relationship you should know about. We'll talk when you get home." With an exclamation point. Like she was announcing a pizza delivery instead of whatever bomb this clearly was. Stared at my phone. We'd been living together in my condo for 6 months. Things were good, great even. Or so I thought every morning when she kissed me goodbye and every night when she said she loved me. Replied, "I'm listening." Nothing. Tried calling during lunch, straight to voicemail. Texted again asking what was going on. Radio silence. Got home that evening and her car wasn't there. Apartment empty. No note, no explanation, just that cryptic text making my stomach twist into knots. Heated up leftover Chinese food, ate without tasting it, kept checking my phone. Nothing. That's when I noticed her journal on the coffee table. She wrote in it most mornings with her coffee, left it lying around, because I'd never been the type to snoop. Privacy matters, trust matters, all that relationship stuff we're supposed to respect. But she dropped a bomb, then ghosted me. And her journal was right there. Picked it up. Flipped to the most recent entry from that morning. Getting tired of keeping the secret, but honestly, it's kind of exciting. Meeting with the backup boyfriend tomorrow. Need to figure out timing for the big reveal. Can't wait to see his face when I tell him I've been hedging my bets this whole time, LMAO. 6 months of keeping both guys interested. I'm honestly impressed with myself. My brain just stopped. Completely flatlined. Read it again, then again. The words didn't change. Backup boyfriend. Hedging bets. Both guys. 6 months. Pulled out my phone with shaking hands. Took a photo of the page. Sent it to her with 3 words, "Found your twist." Sat down on the couch and waited. She showed up maybe an hour later. Walked in smiling until she saw my face. "Hey babe, sorry I had to run out earlier. My friend had this emergency." "Who is he?" Her smile evaporated. "What?" Held up her journal. "Backup boyfriend. Who is he?" "You read my journal? That's private." "You dropped a cryptic message about a twist in our relationship then disappeared." "Yeah, I looked." Answer the question. She set her purse down slowly like she was buying time. "Okay, this isn't how I wanted to do this." "Do what exactly?" "I've been seeing someone else." She said it casually, like mentioning she'd tried a new coffee shop. Nothing serious, just keeping my options open while I figured things out. For 6 months. Yeah, about that. She actually sat down on my couch like we were discussing weekend plans. "I wasn't sure about us long term. You're great and everything, but I needed to see what else was out there. It's called being practical." The sheer audacity made me speechless for a second. Practical is cheating on your boyfriend for half a year while living in his home. It's not cheating. We never explicitly said we were exclusive. We live together. We say I love you. We talk about the future. What part of that screams non-exclusive? You assumed exclusivity. I never formally agreed to it. I just stared at her. Who thinks like that? Adults who don't want to settle for the first decent option. She crossed her arms defensively. "Anyway, I was planning to tell you. That's what the text was about. I've decided to make things official with him. We're more compatible." "Get out." "Excuse me? This is my condo. My name on the deed, the utilities, everything. Get out." "You can't just kick me out. I live here." "You're not on the lease. You're not on any paperwork. You're a guest who's been lying to me for 6 months. Pack your stuff and leave." "Are you serious right now?" She stood up, face getting red. "I'm trying to be honest with you. I'm communicating." "You're being honest after I caught you. That's not communication. That's damage control, because your plan blew up in your face." "Where am I supposed to go?" "Your backup boyfriend's place. The one you've been seeing for half a year. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have you full-time now. He lives with his parents." "Sounds like a you problem." Her expression twisted into something ugly. "You're being such a jerk right now. I was trying to handle this maturely." Mature would have been breaking up with me before starting something with someone else. This is manipulation. Oh my God. People date multiple people all the time. It's completely normal. Not while living with someone rent-free and telling them you love them every day. That's not dating around, that's using someone. She grabbed her phone. Fine, whatever. I'll call my sister. But I'm taking my stuff and you better not make this difficult. Take what's yours, nothing else, and I'll be watching. She stormed to the bedroom, started throwing clothes in trash bags with aggressive movements, kept up a running commentary about how controlling I was, how she dodged a bullet, how her new guy treated her so much better. Let her talk. Stood in the doorway making sure she only grabbed her belongings. When she was loading the last bag, she turned to face me. You know what? I was going to let you down easy, make this painless, but you're being awful about this, so everyone's going to know exactly how you treated me. Tell whoever you want. Show them the diary entry while you're at it. She left, slammed the door hard enough that something in the kitchen rattled. I sat back down on the couch, alone in my apartment that suddenly felt completely different. Pulled up that photo on my phone, read it one more time. Backup boyfriend, like I was just an option, a safety net, something to discard when a shinier model came along. Yeah, this wasn't over. Update 1. The next few days, I did what any rational person would do after finding out their girlfriend of 2 years had been running a parallel relationship. I investigated, found the backup boyfriend through her social media. His profile was public because people who think they're clever rarely are. Lots of photos of him and my ex at restaurants, parks, concerts, all time-stamped from the past 6 months. All while she was sleeping in my bed, using my Netflix, eating food I bought. But here's where it got interesting. His relationship status said, in a relationship for over a year, with someone else entirely. A different woman who showed up in older photos. My ex's backup boyfriend had his own backup girlfriend. The poetic justice was beautiful. Screenshot everything. Saved it all to a cloud folder. Something told me I'd need evidence. My ex started texting the next day. Demands about forgotten items, a hair straightener, some books, a specific throw blanket. All replaceable stuff she was using as an excuse for contact. Ignored every message. Then her sister called. I answered out of curiosity. Hey, so my sister's really upset right now. She's staying with me and basically crying non-stop. What exactly happened? Found out she'd been cheating on me for 6 months with a backup boyfriend. Her own words from her journal. Kicked her out of my condo. She told me you guys were casually dating, that you both saw other people. We lived together. I paid rent, utilities, groceries while she saved money for grad school. Her toothbrush was in my bathroom, her clothes in my closet. Does that sound casual? Long silence. Then, she said you never officially defined the relationship. Have her show you the journal entry, the one where she calls him her backup boyfriend and brags about keeping both of us interested for 6 months. Then tell me that sounds undefined. Look, she's really going through it right now. She's upset her plan failed. That's different from actual remorse. You're being really harsh. Your sister carried on a 6-month affair while living rent-free in my home. Harsh is the minimum she's earned. She needs closure. She can get closure from her backup boyfriend, the one who's apparently cheating on his actual girlfriend with her, by the way. They're perfect for each other. Hung up. But that call was just the preview. The main show came when my ex showed up at my door with her sister and her mother. A whole delegation. Didn't open the door. Talked through it instead. I'm here for my stuff, my ex yelled. You got everything you came with. I want the blender and the bedroom TV. I bought both of those before you moved in. They're mine. I used them. That makes them practically mine. That's not how property ownership works. Her mother's voice joined in. Young man, you need to stop being vindictive. My daughter deserves basic respect. Your daughter earned exactly the respect she's getting. 6 months of cheating while I paid her living expenses. She wasn't cheating. You two weren't in a serious relationship. Opened the door just wide enough to show my phone with the diary photo pulled up. Held it where her mother could see. Read that, then explain how we weren't serious. Her mother squinted at the screen. I watched her face change as she read the words. You're taking this out of context? What context makes backup boyfriend and hedging my bets acceptable? My ex grabbed her mother's arm. Mom, don't listen to him. He's manipulating you. I'm showing your own handwriting, your own thoughts. You violated my privacy. You violated my trust. In my own home. Privacy is earned. The sister tried switching tactics. Look, she made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. Can't you find it in yourself to forgive her? She's not sorry for what she did. She's sorry she got caught. Big difference. What are you even talking about? The mother demanded. Ask your daughter about the big reveal she was planning, where she was going to tell me about her other boyfriend just to see my reaction. She wrote about how excited she was. That was in the journal too. My ex's face went bright red. Stop twisting my words. I'm literally quoting you. A neighbor's door opened. Someone looked out at the scene, quickly retreated. This was getting loud and attracting attention. Final warning, I said. Leave now or I call the cops for harassment. You can't do that, the sister protested. This is my private residence. You're not welcome. You're causing a disturbance. That's textbook harassment and trespassing. They finally left. But my ex shouted that I'd regret this and she'd make sure everyone knew what kind of person I really was. Whatever. Let her try. That night I got a friend request from someone I didn't know. Profile picture showed a woman around our age. Accepted it because something told me it was relevant. Message came through immediately. Is this you? With a screenshot attached. One of the photos from the backup boyfriend's profile. Him and my ex at some outdoor festival. Yeah, that's my ex-girlfriend. Found out a few days ago she'd been seeing him for 6 months while living with me. He told me that was his cousin. Definitely not his cousin. She referred to him as her backup boyfriend in her diary. Backup? She was keeping both of us around while deciding who she wanted more. Long pause. I could practically feel her processing this through the screen. I've been with him for 2 years. We were planning to move in together next month. I'm sorry you're finding out like this. Do you have proof? I need to see everything. Sent her every screenshot I'd saved. Every photo, every tagged location, every piece of evidence I'd compiled. She thanked me. Said she'd handle it from there. Not even 20 minutes later, the backup boyfriend called. Let it go to voicemail. He didn't leave a message, but I could hear yelling in the background before he hung up. Then my ex called. Also let it ring. Text from her seconds later. What did you do? Replied. Told the truth. Isn't honesty what you wanted? You ruined everything. He broke up with me. His girlfriend found out and lost it. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You're a vindictive piece of trash. You cheated on me for 6 months while living rent-free in my home. Then acted like I was unreasonable for being upset. But yeah, I'm the trash here. I'm gonna make your life hell for this. You're welcome to try. Blocked her number. Blocked her sister. Blocked her mother. Done with the entire family tree. Update 2. The fallout was immediate and honestly more entertaining than any reality TV show. My ex launched a full social media campaign, posted vague stuff about being betrayed by someone who couldn't handle her honesty, and escaping a toxic situation. Her friends who didn't know the full story rallied hard. Supportive comments, angry reactions, people calling me names without even knowing who I was. She was spinning a narrative. The innocent girl just trying to figure out her life, victimized by her controlling ex-boyfriend who kicked her out for no reason. Then the backup boyfriend's ex-girlfriend commented on one of those posts. Interesting perspective from someone who cheated on her live-in boyfriend for 6 months with my boyfriend of 2 years while pretending both relationships were legitimate. Here's the evidence. Posted screenshots of everything. The photos, the locations, the timeline, all of it. My ex's post disappeared within minutes, but people had already screenshot it, started sharing it in group chats and other platforms. The narrative flipped instantly. Her friends who saw the evidence started distancing themselves. A few reached out to me to apologize for jumping to conclusions. I didn't respond. Not my circus, not my monkeys anymore. The backup boyfriend tried desperately to salvage his 2-year relationship. Called his girlfriend repeatedly, sent flowers to her work, wrote some long letter about temporary insanity and making mistakes. Didn't work. She'd invested 2 years and he'd thrown it away for what turned out to be someone else's side piece. She told everyone in their social circle what happened. He got frozen out completely. Then things got really messy because the backup boyfriend tried to blame everything on my ex. Posted on social media that she'd pursued him aggressively, lied about her relationship status, manipulated him emotionally. My ex saw that and absolutely lost it. Made her own post about how they'd talked about a future together, how he'd promised to leave his girlfriend for her, how he'd said she was the one and they were meant to be. So basically both of them tried to play victim and ended up exposing each other's lies even more thoroughly. It was like watching two people drowning each other while thinking they were swimming to shore. My ex's sister called again. I was bored, so I answered. This has spiraled completely out of control. My sister's reputation is destroyed. Can't you do something? Like what exactly? Tell people to stop talking about it. I haven't posted anything, haven't said anything publicly. Other people are sharing what they know. That's not on me. Those screenshots came from you. Actually, they came from the backup boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. She had her own copies from his social media. Maybe your sister shouldn't have been so public about her secret relationship. She's completely falling apart. She can't eat, can't sleep, she's depressed. She's facing consequences. That's not depression, that's reality catching up. You're being cruel. Your sister treated me like a placeholder for 6 months while living in my home. Documented it proudly in her journal. Planned to humiliate me with a big reveal just to see my face. I kicked her out and told the truth when asked. If that's cruel, fine. She hung up on me. But my ex wasn't done. She had a friend reach out claiming my ex was in crisis and needed to talk to me for closure. Told the friend, she can get closure from a therapist. Her emotional state isn't my responsibility. The friend pushed back hard. Said I was being heartless, that my ex was really struggling, that the least I could do was talk to her. She's struggling because she got caught running 2 relationships simultaneously, and both of them ended. Those are consequences of her own choices. Never heard from that friend again either. Then came the really dirty tricks. Got a call from my building's management office. Someone had filed multiple noise complaints about my unit. Alleged loud parties, fights, disturbances at all hours. I'd been living quietly, working from home mostly, barely even had the TV on loud. The manager seemed skeptical, but said they had to follow up on complaints. Has anyone been caught on the security cameras near my unit who shouldn't be there? Actually, now that you mention it, we did have someone repeatedly near your floor last week. Matched the description of your ex-girlfriend you told us about. That would be her. I can provide documentation of ongoing harassment if needed. They flagged her in the system. Next time she showed up, she'd be escorted out and potentially trespassed. Then my ex tried getting creative with revenge. Posted a listing on various buy-sell groups claiming I was selling my furniture cheap and to contact me directly. Listed my phone number and address. Got flooded with messages and calls from strangers asking about a couch, a dining set, random appliances. Took me a while to figure out what was happening. Reported the fake listings. Had to change my number. Cost me time and money and aggravation. Then she went after my reputation at work. Someone sent an anonymous email to my boss claiming I was unstable and potentially dangerous after a breakup. Suggested I was a risk to workplace safety. My boss called me in. I explained the situation calmly, showed him the journal entry screenshot, explained about the fake listings and harassment campaign. He was actually understanding. Document everything. If it escalates, we'll handle it legally. But the peak entitlement came when my ex's mother called me from a different number I hadn't blocked yet. I need you to understand something. My daughter is genuinely suffering. She's seeing a therapist now. She's on medication for anxiety. She can barely function, and it's because of you. It's because of her own choices. You humiliated her publicly. I told the truth to one person who asked. Everything else spiraled because your daughter and her backup boyfriend both tried to play victim and exposed each other instead. She made a mistake, one mistake, and you're destroying her life over it. She carried on a 6-month affair while living in my home. That's not one mistake. That's hundreds of deliberate choices to lie to my face every single day. If you had just been a better partner, maybe she wouldn't have needed someone else. And there it was. The final attempt to make me the villain. Your daughter is an adult who made adult decisions. She can handle adult consequences. Stop calling me. Block that number too. Final update, It's been almost 2 months since I kicked my ex out. Figured I'd close this out since people keep asking for updates. The harassment eventually stopped. My ex exhausted herself trying to make me the bad guy, and it kept backfiring. Every time she tried something new, it just made her look worse. The fake listings? I reported them all, and they got traced back to her email address. Got a cease and desist letter sent through my lawyer that shut down her online harassment real quick. The noise complaints? Building management reviewed security footage, saw her lurking near my unit multiple times, officially trespassed her from the property. She can't come within 50 feet now without getting arrested. The anonymous work complaint? My boss actually appreciated that I'd kept him in the loop, and HR flagged it as malicious. If she tries again, they'll pursue legal action against her. As for my ex herself, the social fallout was thorough. Her friend group basically imploded once the full story came out. Too many people knew too many details about her 6-month deception and the backup boyfriend journal entry. The backup boyfriend's ex and I stayed in occasional contact. Not romantic, just two people who got screwed by the same pair of cheaters comparing notes. She's doing well now, dating someone new who apparently treats her like an actual person instead of an option. She told me the backup boyfriend tried multiple times to win her back, showed up at her job with flowers, sent letters, had his mother call her, got progressively more desperate as he realized he'd torched a 2-year relationship for someone who was using him as a backup plan. She never wavered, told him to lose her number, and moved on with her life. As for the backup boyfriend and my ex trying to make it work together after both their relationships exploded, lasted less than 2 weeks. Turns out, when you remove the secrecy and the thrill of sneaking around, there's nothing actually there. They had no real foundation, just mutual selfishness and opportunism. He tried blaming her for everything going wrong. She tried blaming him. They had a massive public fight that multiple people witnessed and recorded, both of them looking terrible, saying horrible things about each other. Last I heard, they're both single and both dealing with damaged reputations in their social circles. People know what they did, know they can't be trusted. Natural consequences doing their work. My ex's mother tried one final guilt trip, left a voicemail about how I should be the bigger person and help her daughter heal from this traumatic experience. Deleted it without finishing. I'm not responsible for managing the emotional fallout of someone else's deliberate choices. The whole experience taught me something important about people who treat relationships like strategy games. They see partners as resources to be managed and optimized, options to keep on standby, bets to hedge in case something better comes along. My ex genuinely thought she was being smart, sophisticated even, playing the field while maintaining a stable home base. The journal entry wasn't guilty or apologetic, it was proud. "I'm honestly impressed with myself," she'd written. That's not someone who made a mistake. That's someone who got caught playing a game she thought she was winning. So no, I don't feel bad about how things played out. I removed someone toxic from my life. Told the truth when asked. Protected myself from ongoing harassment. The consequences that followed weren't my revenge. They were just reality finally catching up to people who thought they were too clever to face any. She wanted to keep 2 relationships going? She lost both. She wanted a dramatic reveal to see my shocked face? She got a reveal, all right. Just not the one she'd planned. She wanted to play games with people's emotions? Turns out most people don't appreciate being played with. As for me, I'm good. Really good, actually. My condo feels like mine again. Repainted the bedroom in colors I actually like. Got new furniture that doesn't have memories attached. Made the space genuinely comfortable instead of just functional. Started seeing someone recently. Met her through mutual friends. Grabbed coffee, actually hit it off. She's straightforward, communicates clearly, doesn't treat dating like a military strategy. Refreshing change from the manipulation games. Told her the whole story on our 3rd date. Figured she deserved to know what she was potentially getting into. Her response was, "So she lived rent-free in your place while cheating on you and thought she was the genius in that scenario? That's impressive stupidity." Yeah, I'm keeping this one around. My ex is probably somewhere rewriting the narrative, making herself the victim of my cruelty. telling anyone who'll listen how I overreacted to her, just wanting to explore her options. Let her tell it however she needs to. The people who matter know what actually happened. The ones who don't can believe whatever makes them comfortable. Me? I'm done with backup plans and safety nets, and people who think relationships are poker games where you keep cards up your sleeve. I'm done with someone who could write, "keeping both guys interested," and feel pride instead of shame. I'm done with entitled people who think honesty means announcing their betrayal only after they've been caught. She wanted a surprising twist in our relationship. She got one. Just not the ending she'd written in her journal. And that's exactly the ending she earned.